not they still down. 144, we the number, they done slept down. This that armor of salvation, not that Teflon. Without Yahuwah, I knew that. I hit my glass, He pour me some more, Bet all of the bag, Yeah, truly enough, On this tour I brag, Yeah, who I boast, When it come from the head, I like, give me some more, Yeah, give me some more. I need my daily, Been on a long day, and I feel amazing, I'm on that never ever sway, I'm so elated, I live for the kingdom every day, like I already made it, I call it the truth, and they calling me crazy, I like a breeze with my water, and y'all feeling wavy, I'm keeping the wave of sweet living, cause I like it savory, I dove in the deep end, with no man can save me, I made me some vows, and I gotta keep that, only a fool cross the power. They know we ain't sleep at. I'm really doing what I say, cause I really mean it. When I say I insecure, Yahuwah a genius. I swallow my pride. And that was a big chunk. When I was in the trash, yeah, it took me a big dump. See the 12 on the rise. Yeah, it took us a big jump. Yeah, they sifted me out. No more of the big clumps. Yeah. Want that pure, want that best, not that stealth, down. 144, we the number, they done slept down. This that armor of salvation, not that Teflon. Without Yahuwah, I knew that. I hit my glass, He pour me some more, Bet all of the bag, Yeah, truly enough, On this tour I brag, Yeah, who I boast, When it come from the head, I like, give me some more, I hit my glass, He pour me some more, Bet all of the bag, Yeah, truly enough, On this tour I brag, Yeah, who I boast, When it come from the head, I like, give me some more,
Rather before a time like this is what he was talking about, prepare yourselves. So instead of preparing ourselves for this, for the things that's about to happen or the things that's being put in play, Mashiach said, hey, I say this to you before it happens, so that you can know that what I'm saying is true. So just as we went over last week, all of the beginning of sorrows and the things that we're about to go into, this is not for the saints, right? Who are the saints? Those who keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahuwah. Those are the saints. Not the ones who guess or think, but the ones who know and truly believe in Yahuwah.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasharallah. Shabbat Shalom. I hope all is well. I told you I was going to get Ezekiel 45 next time you heard from me. We're going to skim over that a little bit, but because it's Shabbat and because I feel led, we're going to get some Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, today. So let's go over there real quick. Let's feed upon the word of Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, face down. Let's give Him all honor, all praise, and all glory today on this fine Shabbat day. I know there's a lot in these last 3 chapters that I don't understand. And I'm thinking that it's for a different time. But just look, I said, I've been saying for a while that Abba was telling me, commanding me to go to Ezekiel and read it and to work out the measurements of the Hakal, of the set apart place. And if you have been following along, I don't think you can deny that was commanded, and you can't deny the great wealth of understanding we've been given on account of what we've read in Ezekiel. And I know that what we are going to read in Jeremiah, will be opened up in ways you never thought possible because of what we learned in Ezekiel. So I'm not even going to skim over it. I mean, we'll come back someday. We're at chapter 45. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 1. If you bow only to Abba Yahuwah, you're going to see as you feed upon his word why it's necessary that we get Jeremiah. So let's take it from the top, baby. Context. Let's get this. Are you ready? Verse 1. The words of Yirmiyahu, the son of, I can't say that name. Let's compare verse 1 to the KJV so we see who it's talking about, what we're familiar with. Hilkiah. So, okay. Hilkiah. Jeremiah was the son of Hilkiah, of the priests who were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahuwah came in the days of Josiah, son of Ammon, sovereign of Yehudah, in the 13th year of his reign. And it came in the days of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, sovereign of Yehudah, until the end of the 11th year of, I can't say that name either. Let's compare so we see. Let's get every word we can. Zedekiah. The 11th year of Zedekiah, son of Josiah, sovereign of Yehudah, until the exile of Jerusalem in the 5th new moon. Now the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, and for those of y'all who don't know, if you haven't got the memo that every word is 1,000,000,000% necessary, is this saying that Yahuwah came to Jeremiah and tapped on his shoulders and said, hey? No, it says the word of Yahuwah came to me saying. That's why it's so important that we read his word. That's why we're here in Jeremiah. That's why he's taken us through Ezekiel. He showed us all the understanding that we just gained from his word. So the word came to him saying, before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you came out of the womb, I did set you apart. I appointed you a prophet to nations. And I said, Master Yahuwah, see, I do not know how to speak, for I am a youth. And Yahuwah said to me, do not say I am a youth, but go to all to whom I send you, and speak whatever I command you. Do not fear their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, declares Yahuwah. Do not fear their faces. A lot of times I'm afraid to say certain things to y'all. I've heard that saying before. The only thing to fear is fear itself. No, it's not. The only fear to have is of Abba Yahuwah, the one who can kill both body and soul. And that's why I thought it would be fitting to play my new beat, Fear. And that's what you're hearing right now. He said, do not fear their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, declares Yahuwah. Then Yahuwah put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahuwah said to me, see, I have put my words in your mouth. They're in my mouth right now. Are they in your mouth right now? See, I have this day set you over the nations and over the reigns, to root out and to pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, and build and plant. You know why? One of the reasons I was led to come read Jeremiah, it was just like Daoud was talking in the intro. We see all these things coming upon the earth. We know those with discernment, those with a half a brain can see what's about to happen. And for any of y'all who still wonder why it is these things are happening and are about to happen, it's, if you still are not sure, let the word of the Most High show you, tell you why it is you see all this filth across the land, and you know that destruction cometh. He's going to show you why that is. And this ministry has evolved and been brought to rooting out and pulling down to destroy and overthrow those things that's caused all this havoc and chaos. And it's also been commanded to anyone speaking his word to build and to plant. And the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, "What do you see, Yirmiyahu?" And I said, "I see a branch of an almond tree." And Yahuwah said to me, "You have seen well, for I am watching over my word to do it." So the almond tree, that's his word. And the word of Yahuwah came to me a second time saying, and notice again, it said the word of Yahuwah came to me a second time saying, "What do you see?" And I said, "I see a boiling pot, and it is facing away from the north." And the word's gonna show us the significance of the boiling pot and of the mention of north. And Yahuwah said to me, "Out of the north, evil is set loose on all the inhabitants of the land. For look, I am calling all the clans of the reigns of the north, declares Yahuwah, and they shall come, and each one set his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Yehudah. And I shall pronounce my judgments against them concerning all their evil, because they have forsaken me, burned incense to other mighty ones, and bowed themselves to the work of their own hands." Now, you might be thinking, if you're a Christian or a Messianic, and you still celebrate the holidays, and you still use names, the names that you use, you might think, well, I don't burn incense. I don't even burn incense at all. I know a lot of people probably never have went and got one of them little incense burners and stuck a stick of incense. That's not what this is talking about. When you do things that are pleasing to Abba Yahuwah, he says it's a sweet aroma to his nostrils. So when you do things to other mighty ones, you burn incense. It's a figure of speech. You burn incense to those mighty ones and bow yourself to the works of your own hands. Now gird up your loins and arise and speak to them all that I command you. Do not break down before their faces, lest I break you before them. There's another reason why I must bring the word to you. Put it on here for anyone who might find it. It's been commanded to me. For look, I have made you this day a walled city and an iron column, and bronze walls against all the land, against the sovereigns of Yehuda, against her heads, against her priests, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against you, but not prevail against you, for I am with you, declares Yahuwah, to deliver you. Whom shall I fear? Only the Most High. He's with me, and he will deliver me. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Go, and you shall cry in the hearing of Jerusalem, saying, Here I am, Abba. Thus said Yahuwah, I remember you, the loving commitment of your youth, the love of your bridehood, when you went after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Are you still running after the Most High? Yasharallah was set apart to Yahuwah, the first fruits of his increase. All who ate of it became guilty. All who destroyed his children in their youth, when they loved him and ran after him, became guilty. Evil came upon them, declares Yahuwah. Hear the word of Yahuwah, O house of Jacob, and all the clans of the house of Yasharallah. Thus said Yahuwah, what unrighteousness have your fathers found in me, that they have gone far from me, and went after worthlessness, and became worthless? What worthlessness is he talking about? How did they become worthless? Let the word shine forth and explain it to you. And did not they say, Where is Yahuwah, who brought us up out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt, who led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and pits, through a land of drought and the shadow of death? Side note, there's a place in the southwestern corner of North America, of the U.S., of the lower 50, that's called Death Valley. And that's what it's talking about when it says shadow of death. Prove me wrong. You can't, you won't. A land that no one passed through and where no one dwelt. Then I brought you into a garden land to eat its fruit and its goodness. But when you entered, you defiled my land and made my inheritance an abomination. The priest did not say, Where is Yahuwah? And those who handled the Torah did not know me. Those who handle the word of the Most High don't know him, is what they're saying, what he's saying. And the shepherds transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after matters that did not profit. Therefore, I still contend with you, declares Yahuwah, and with your children's children I contend. For pass beyond the isles of Kittim, and see, and send to Qatar, and observe well, and see if there has been any like this. Has a nation changed its mighty ones, which are not mighty ones? But my people have changed my esteem for that which does not profit. What he's saying here is they claimed to be given esteem to him, but they changed it towards other mighty ones, towards Baal. They read the word of the Most High while standing in front of Baal, while promoting Baal. For that which does not profit. Be amazed, O heavens, at this, and be frightened. Be utterly dried up, declares Yahuwah. For my people have done two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, to hew out for themselves cisterns, cracked cisterns, which do not hold water. And Yasharallah, a servant, or is Yasharallah a servant? Was he born in the house? Why is he given to plunder? The young lions roared at him. They growled and made his land waste. His cities have been burned without inhabitant. Even the sons of Noph, which is Memphis, that means Memphis, the sons of Memphis, and Tahaphanes have shaven the crown of your head. The crown of your head, we know, is the word. It's been an adornment, the commandments that was given to us, the instructions from the Most High. And Egypt, Mitzrayim, and Babylon has shaven the crown of your head. Have you not done this to yourself by forsaking Yahuwah, your mighty Most High, when he led you in the way, the truth, and the life? And now, why take the way to Mitzrayim, to Egypt, to drink the waters of Sihor? Or why take the way to Ashur to drink the waters of the river? Remember what we learned in Ezekiel, how he said that that Pharaoh, sovereign of Egypt, thinks that the river is his river, the flow of people to these pagan deities and gods. That's how you lost your way. You went and drank from their rivers. Your own evil instructs you, and your backslidings reprove you. Know therefore, and see that it is evil and bitter that you have forsaken Yahuwah, your mighty Most High. You remember when I showed y'all where the land, the location of ancient Babylon rest? That it's over in Quebec, where that circular river goes around it? And even the ancient maps agree. That river's called the Bitter River, because everything that come out of Babylon was bitter, and everything it touched became bitter. Just like wormwood. It's the absence of the word, of the truth. And that my fear is not in you. The truth is that you fear the Most High, declares the Master Yahuwah of hosts. For of old I have broken your yoke and torn off your chastisements, and you said, I am not serving you. When on every high hill and under every green tree you lay down a whore. He's not saying you say this literally. Your actions are speaking this to him. You're saying that you're not serving him. Yet I had planted you a choice vine, all of it a true seed. How then have you turned before me into the degenerate plant of a strange vine, foreigner, a foreign vine? Although you wash yourself with lye and you use much soap, yet your crookedness is ingrained before me, declares the Master Yahuwah. You see, if we wouldn't have went through Ezekiel and let the Most High teach us what he means by crookedness, we wouldn't know what he's saying right there, would we? But because he did, because he's our Father in heaven, and he's taught us these things and gave us great understanding, we now know what the crookedness is. It's not broken. It's not something, it's not a different whatever we're talking about. We're doing it crooked. If you're still doing these holidays, it's crookedness. And it's ingrained before him. How do you say, I am not defiled? And that's what you say. I'm not defiled. I can do these things. I have not gone after Baals. That's what they say. They say Christmas ain't Baal worship. Easter's not Baal worship. All these prideful things, and it's not pride. That's what you say. See your way in the valley. Know what you have done. A swift dromedary breaking loose in her ways. I went and looked up dromedary because I didn't know what it was. It's a camel that can move swiftly. That's what it is. And I believe it's got 2 humps. So what he's saying is, you were like a camel that runs fast, breaking loose in her ways, just going wherever you want. A wild donkey used to the wilderness, sniffing the wind in the desire of her being. Wandering about in her time of mating, who turns her away? All those who seek her need not weary themselves. In her month, they find her. I think you should know what that means. Keep your foot from being bare and your throat from thirst. But you said, it is useless because I love strangers and after them I go. As the thief is ashamed when he is found out, so is the house of Yasharallah ashamed. They and their sovereigns and their heads and their priests and their prophets, saying to a tree, you are my father, and to a stone, statues, you gave birth to me. Now see, he's not saying literally, but your actions are screaming that you would rather have a Christmas tree in your house, because your actions are saying, you ain't gonna kill me, Abba, because of this tree. So your actions is saying that that tree is your father. That's who you've bowed yourself to. Those are the reasons, these holidays, these names, this Baal worship and lust and wandering about, sniffing the wind like that donkey, that is the reason. The destruction that's coming is coming, and it's already here. That's why you see men walking around damn near on every corner dressed like women. You see pedophilia running rampant. You see laws being made to protect pedophiles. You see abortions running rampant, and all this horrible filth that you see. For they have turned their back to me and not their face, but in the time of their calamity they say, arrive and save us, don't you? Now for those of you, hallelujah, who that have turned from this Baal worship on high, and you've came back and turned your face back towards Abba Yahuwah and not your back, I'm not preaching this to you. I'm not speaking these words to you. We just saw how Jeremiah was commanded to root out, figure out what's wrong and what's wicked, and if that's what we're doing, pull it down, destroy. These words are aimed at those people who are still eyeball deep in Baal worship, and they don't know it. They're just like these people that are saying, arrive and save us, when they need the Most High. But when they don't, they wander around like that donkey sniffing the wind. I'm not talking to you who have come out of her. Hallelujah, Yahuwah, that you have. But you should be echoing these same words, speaking to those still lost. But where are your mighty ones that you have made for yourselves? Let them arise. See if they save you in the time of your calamity, because your mighty ones have become as many as your cities, O Yahudah. The Christmas trees and the Easter bunnies are the reason for your calamity. They're the reasons you see transgenders and abortions and pedophiles and all this filth. They're the reason for it. And he's saying, when your calamity's here, have those gods that you've made for yourself save you. Why do you complain to me? You all have transgressed against me, declares Yahuwah. In vain have I stricken your children. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to make it this way. They received no instruction. They haven't built their house upon the rock. No, your sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. Your word. And it's not his word when you twist it and use it to destruction. It's your sword. O generation, see the word of Yahuwah. Have I been a wilderness to Yasharallah, or a land of darkness? Why do my people say, we have broken loose, we come to you no more? See, they haven't literally said that. Their actions scream that. And why? Why did they run to these other gods? He's saying, was he a land of darkness and a wilderness? No, he was the fountain of living water, the truth, all that's good. And you've ran like that dromedary, like that donkey with your nose in the wind, away from him. Would a maiden forget her ornaments, or a bride her headband? We know the word of the Most High is an ornament to us. Yet my people have forgotten me, days without number. Why do you embellish your way to seek love? You add to it. You keep embellishing your way to seek love. Therefore you have even taught the evil women your ways. Even on your skirts is found the blood of the lives of the poor innocents. Yes, it has. Look at all the lives that have been lost and that stand to be lost unless they come back to him because of all this Baal worship. You did not find them breaking in, but in spite of all these, that means you didn't, you ran and searched after these other gods. You say, because I am innocent, certainly his displeasure shall turn from me. You think you're innocent. You think all this Sunday worship and calling on the name of Baal and celebrating in these wicked days and not keeping the Sabbath and the days he's appointed, his appointed times, you think by doing all that you're innocent, and you think that you walk around scot-free. No, he says, see, I shall bring judgment on you because you say I have not sinned. You think it's not a sin. How many Christians I've talked to, it's beyond number, that tell me it's not a sin to do that. They'll say stupid things like, it's only a sin if you think it's a sin. No, I don't define sin. I'm not the author of words. Abba Yahuwah is. He's the one that told us what sin is, and he does not change. Why do you go about so much to change your way? Even of Egypt you are to be ashamed, as you were ashamed of Ashur. Even from this one you shall go forth, with your hands on your head, for Yahuwah has rejected those you trust, and you shall not prosper by them. Chapter 3, the Most High, the mighty Most High said, if a man puts away his wife, and she goes from him and becomes another man's, does he return to her again? Would not that land be greatly unclean? But you have committed whoring with many lovers, and would you return to me? Declares Yahuwah. Lift up your eyes to the bare heights and see. The high places. I've talked about this before. He showed us in his word what that means, the bare heights. Every one of these churches damn near have steeples, and they want to erect them as high as they can. And they think that's the house, they say that's the house of the Lord. It is. It's the house of Baal. And nothing but confusion comes out of it. Lift your eyes to those places and see. Where have you not lain with men, with other lovers, with strange men, foreigners? Besides the ways you have set for them like an Arabian in the wilderness. You sat for them like a dog. When you tell him to sit, you do whatever those days tell you to do. Oh, we have the Yuletide, Yule log. When that It's about burning the log sacrifice, tree sacrifice. It all represents the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which we from the beginning were forbidden to touch. That's what these days represent. And it spawned pedophilia and murder. It's an abomination. Yet you lay with them, legs spread wide open. And you made the land unclean with your whorings and your evil. Therefore the showers have been withheld. If you're still thinking he's talking literal rain here, that's why you need the word of the Most High. You need to feed from every word coming from his mouth. Cling to him this day. The showers that's been withheld, that's why you see men on every corner damn near dressed as women. Laws being made to protect pedophiles, pedophilia, murder, rape, lying, filth, and stupidity. It's been withheld. That's why you see all this abomination around you. And there has been no latter rain, no washing of anything, and it's only getting worse. You wonder why it's getting worse and worse? Because you won't turn away from Baal worship, from the tree in the midst of the knowledge of good and evil. You won't turn back to Abba and put down those gods. You have had a whore's forehead. You refuse to be ashamed. You think there's nothing wrong with what you do. It's because you haven't been feeding from the hand of the Most High. Shall you not from now on cry to me, my Father, you are the guide of my youth? See? He's asking you, will you not come to my word? Does one bear a grudge forever? Does one keep it to the end? See, you have spoken and done the evils that you could. And Yahuwah said to me, in the days of Josiah the sovereign, have you seen what backsliding Yasharallah has done? She has gone up on every high mountain. Remember what the mountains are? It's not literal. Mountains. These mountains that seem insurmountable are things like all you have to do is ask Jesus to be your personal Lord and Savior. We're no longer under the law. There's billions of Christians that have those lies ingrained, pounded into their brain, and it seems impossible, insurmountable, like a mountain to ever overcome for them. And under every green tree, Christmas trees representing the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and they're committed whoring. And after she had done all these, I said, return to me. He's not going to hold this grudge against you forever. All he wants you to do is put those things down and return to him. But she did not return. You do not return, do you? And her treacherous sister Yehuda saw it. And I saw that for all the causes for which backsliding Yasharal had committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a certificate of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Yehuda did not fear, but went and committed whoring too. And it came to be, through her frivolous whoring, that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and wood. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Yehuda has not turned to me with all her heart, but falsely, declares Yahuwah. You say you serve him, it's false if you don't put down your whoring. And Yahuwah said to me, backsliding Yasharallah has shown herself more righteous than the treacherous Yehuda. Go and proclaim these words towards the north and say, remember I told you up in Quebec is where Babylon was. It's symbolic that from the north is where all these whorings came from. So he's saying, go Speak these words towards the north, towards Babylon, and say, return, O backsliding Yasharal, because that's where you are. You know, one of these false lies, mountains that these people are stuck on is replacement theology, where they think the church has now replaced Israel, Yasharal, the true children of the Most High. It hasn't. The church is a circus where confusion is taught. There's only one. There's only going to be one group of his children, and that's Yasharallah. I shall not look on you in displeasure, for I am lovingly committed. He's committed to loving us, declares Yahuwah, and I do not bear a grudge forever. Only acknowledge your crookedness, because you have transgressed against Yahuwah, your mighty Most High, and have scattered your ways to strangers under every green tree, and you have not obeyed my voice, declares Yahuwah. You see what crookedness is? It shows you right there. And man, most of these people who are stuck on those mountains, they think that he's talking about cheating people out of money or something like that. No. It's thinking and claiming to serve him, reading from the Bible, Bible thumping, but not Bible doing, not obeying the voice of the Most High. Return, O backsliding children, declares Yahuwah, for I shall rule over you and shall take you, one from a city and two from a clan, and shall bring you to Zion. I was just talking the other day about how it's lonely and I know I need fellowship. No, I need Yahuwah. And you see right here is one more instance where he confirms to me why I go, I'm on the path that I'm on. Why I have no fellowship. Because why? He's going to bring one from a city and two from a clan, and shall bring us to Zion, literal Zion. Did you know that around Salt Lake City and Provo and those towns all that are walled, that have mountains on either side and a big beautiful valley up in there, it is known as Zion? Yes, it is. For a reason. Because it is Zion. And I shall give you shepherds according to my heart, and they shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Here I am, Abba Yahuwah. And it shall be when you have increased and shall be fruitful in the land in those days, declares Yahuwah, that they no longer say the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah. Neither would it come to heart, nor would they remember it, nor would they visit it, nor would it be made again. No, you're not. Back then, they were afraid of this box. And they knew that wherever it was, that's where the Most High was. No. At this time that he's talking about, Yerushalayim shall be called the throne of Yahuwah. And all the nations shall be gathered to it, to the name of Yahuwah, to Yerushalayim, and no longer walk after the stubbornness of their evil heart. The only people that'll be saved, it won't be Christians. It won't be people who go to circuses, to churches, and who do crookedness. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, all these things. It won't be people who are so stubborn that they think that they're walking a sinless life because of it. Because they do these things. It won't be them. They will no longer walk after the stubbornness of their evil heart. In those days, the house of Yehuda shall go to the house of Yasharal. Go to the house of Yasharallah, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given as an inheritance to your fathers. But I said, how would I put you among the children and give you a pleasant land, a splendid inheritance of the host of nations? And I said, call me my Father, and do not turn away from me. Not trees and stones and wood. But indeed, as a wife betrays her husband, so have you betrayed me, O house of Yasharallah, declares Yahuwah. A voice was heard on the bare heights. See, from these churches, weeping supplications of the children of Yasharallah. How many times have I told you guys how I used to go down to the altar, and maybe you have too, and I would be weeping, just lost, looking for something. And what that something was the truth. And I was never given any of it from those churches, from that crookedness. Only until I returned to Abba Yahuwah and I began to put down the holidays did he feed me the truth and give me life and promise. Taken me away from calamity, delivered me. Because they have perverted their way. They have forgotten Yahuwah their Most High. Return, O backsliding children, I shall make your backsliding cease. See, we have come to you, for you are Yahuwah, our mighty Most High. Truly, delusion comes from the high hills. Just like I was saying, the noisy throng on the mountains, do you see? Truly in Yahuwah, our Most High, is the deliverance of Yasharallah. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. All the work that our fathers did back then and the labor they did to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. It was devoured. It's been devoured since this generation was young. It devoured our young. It devoured the flocks, the herds, their sons and their daughters. We shall lie down in our shame while our reproach covers us, for we have sinned against Yahuwah, our mighty Most High, we and our fathers from our youth even to this day, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahuwah, our mighty Most High. The 5 wise virgins obey our Father. That's why they'll be taken by the bridegroom when he comes. But the rest who will not put down their stubbornness, their filth, their crookedness because of their stubbornness, and refuse to trim their lamps with oil burning bright hot with the love of Abba Yahuwah and the desire to do to follow his words and obey his voice. Those 5 foolish virgins are about to taste the ultimate calamity. It'll be a climax of all this filth and perversion that they fell victim to. The delusion that they find themselves lost in. Don't be foolish. Fill your lamp with the desire to obey his voice. And how do you do that? You go to where his voice can be found, and that's in his word, and you read it with the desire to understand it, to know it, to do it. Not just to hear it every Sunday or Saturday in your congregations and then go back from Monday throughout the week and do whatever you want, not giving a rat's ass about him or his word. Be wise and live. Shabbat Shalom. Next time, chapter 4. Till then, peace out. These out.